Eddie, you are a customer support consultant for Envisage, which is part of the Knowledge Group.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you came to this role?
Yeah, certainly. So for the last 9 years, I was working with Sage Ireland, and Envisage is a business partner of Sage. They sell the Sage 100 product and support it. So over the years, I would have, of course, heard the name and heard about the company. When I left Sage last November, there was a couple of contacts that I knew from Sage. My current manager, Finola, she was also my manager in Sage. And a friend of mine who worked for Sage, Lisa, as well. They both reached out to me and asked me would I be interested in coming to work for Envisage. So of course I was interested. So I took a few phone calls with Finola and Lisa, and what they had to say interested me even further. So I took a meeting with Ray, and Ray then explained to me his exciting plans for the future of Envisage, and that got me very excited as well. So after a couple of meetings with Ray, I was convinced that Envisage was the correct place for me to work, and I joined the company in January.
Excellent. So how has it been joining a company during a pandemic when everybody's been working from home full time?
Yeah, to sum it up, it's been strange but good. So I say strange because obviously coming into a new company where I don't physically get to meet everybody is of course strange. It's different for me. I've never done that before. I have seen some people in Sage do it, and I wondered how they did, but now I'm experiencing it. It's good though as well because obviously you do get to meet these people via Zoom or Teams or whatever it is you use, and you get to reach out to these people and have those conversations, whether it's just asking for help with a question or just to say hello. The other side of it, for me, I joined at the right time, I feel, because in January, Envisage are running what's called a wellbeing month. And that promotes us to eat healthy, get healthy exercise, have a healthy mind, that sort of stuff. But the important part for me there was this was a big group project, a company-wide project, so it got me involved. By getting involved in that, I should say, it got me knowing other people outside of my immediate team, which is great, and I got to get talking to as much people as possible. I suppose advice I'd have for people if they were in my situation is, again, reach out to as many people as possible just to say hello. That will inevitably get you talking to other people that they know within the business, because they'll say to you, oh, have you met this person or that person? And then especially these big projects, get involved in them, and not only is it good for you in the well-being month, of course, it keeps you healthy, but it gets you to know everybody quicker, which helps that transition be a little bit easier. That's what I found anyway.
What are some of the pros and cons that you have found of working from home full time?
Yeah, so there's a few pros for me in my personal situation because I've just recently became a father. I've got a 3-month-old son there. So obviously working from home, I get to spend a lot more time with my family. For me personally, another pro is not having that commute in the morning. So from where I live to the office is about a 60 to 90 minute drive depending on traffic. So cutting that out each way means I get to spend more time with my family. As I said, I get to see my son smiling in the morning, which is just amazing, obviously. And then of course, not having that commute is a massive pro. A con for me, obviously, we touched on it already, not being in the office, having that camaraderie with your colleagues. There's nothing like getting to meet a person face to face to really get to know them, and I'm missing out on that at the minute. But I know that will come in the future, but that would be the biggest con for me right now at the moment.
And on the other side of it then, how do you manage a work-life balance when you're effectively living at work?
Yeah, that can be a tough one. So like most people for the last couple of years, I've been working at home. And it took me a while, honestly, to find that right balance, but I just leaned on what I like to do. So for me personally, I like to exercise. I like to go for a jog. I like to go for a walk in the evenings. And what I found then is if I kind of do that as much as I possibly can, so after work, just go outside the front door, go for a walk, go for a run, whatever it may be, de-stress from the day. And then I found when I come back into the door after that, it's now my home, it's not my work anymore. And that really helped me a lot. So I would encourage anyone to try and just kind of break that, get outside the house if at all possible, and just do something that kind of breaks the work and home and allows you to have that little, I suppose, wind down time, even if it's just for half an hour after work. I'd advise it.
And so now that things are starting to return to normal and people are starting to return to offices, what would your ideal scenario look like?
Yeah, so ideally for me, I think we've touched on it, but a balance of working from home and working in the office would be great for me. So obviously working from home, as I mentioned before, getting to spend time with my family is just the most important thing. So being able to do that is incredible, and I'm grateful Envisage has allowed me to do that. And then of course, getting into the office to get to know people, being there for important team meetings, whatever the case may be. So having that balance, I think, is important. And it's just about finding the right, I suppose, being in the office this amount of days versus being at home that amount of days. Finding that right balance is quite important. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Great. Eddie, thanks very much.
You're very welcome.